Today, we're going to talk about something kind of strange about our modern world. A paradox, really, and a new idea that's trying to tackle it head on. You know that feeling, right? You've got maybe thousands of friends online, a feed that never ever ends, but you still feel totally alone. It's this bizarre contradiction. We're supposed to be more connected than ever, but so many of us feel completely invisible. And this isn't just a feeling, it's the backdrop for a massive, silent crisis. And I want you to really let this sink in. This isn't just about feeling sad. We're talking about a real physical toll on your body. The research is shocking. Being chronically lonely can be just as bad for your health as smoking 1.5 packs of cigarettes a day. Yeah, let that sink in for a second. That's how serious this invisible epidemic truly is.
So let's try to get our heads around the sheer scale of this. We're dealing with an epidemic you can't see on an X-ray, but believe me, its impact is being felt everywhere.
Okay, look at this number. According to the World Health Organization, we're talking about over 280 million people suffering from depression. Just to put that into perspective, that's more than the entire population of Western Europe. And remember, that's just one condition. But here's the kicker, and this is so important. That huge number, that's just the official count. These are only the people who have actually been diagnosed. The real number is almost certainly way, way higher, because the vast majority of people never ever seek help. And that leads to the most important question of all. Why? And this really gets to the heart of it all. If so many of us are struggling, what is it that stops people from reaching out? Let's take a closer, more compassionate look at the very real walls that people run into every single day. When you boil it all down, it really comes down to three huge barriers. First, there's the stigma. Second, the cost, which can be just crushing. And third, the massive challenge of taking that very first step. Let's talk about stigma first. These phrases you see here, depression is a weakness, just pull yourself together. These aren't just empty words. These are poisonous ideas that society drills into us and that we start to tell ourselves. People are terrified of being judged, of being seen as broken. So what do? They suffer in silence because that feels safer than being told to just snap out of it. And then you hit the financial wall. I mean, look at these numbers. For a massive part of the global population, finding an extra $50, $100, even $200 for just 1 hour of therapy, it's just not going to happen. It means quality mental health care has basically become a luxury item, and that's just wrong. And this chart, wow, it just lays out the consequence of all this so clearly. Because of these barriers, the stigma, the cost, a jaw-dropping 75% of people with mental health challenges get no professional help whatsoever. Think about that. 3 out of every 4 people are trying to handle it all by themselves. Okay, so that's the problem. It's a big one. But what if we could change the entire game? This is where a new way of thinking comes into play. One that's designed to meet people right where they are, no matter what. Just think about this for a second. What if support wasn't just a 9 to 5 thing? What if you could actually talk to someone at 2 a.m., when the world is quiet and the loneliness can feel overwhelming? And what if, and this is the big one, you could do it without any fear of what they'll think of you? Well, that's the whole idea behind something like Synphoria. The goal is simple, to be a safe space, a place where you can be heard at any moment, whenever you need it. So that sounds good, but how does it actually work in practice? How can a platform like this start to break down those giant barriers we were just talking about? Let's get into the specifics. This table really spells it out beautifully. You've got the problem on one side and the solution on the other. For the problem of stigma and fear, the solution is total anonymity. You're safe. For the high costs and the long waiting lists, it's available 24/7, right when you need it. And for that huge hurdle to starting over, of telling your entire life story again and again to a new person, it actually saves the context of your conversations. And that last part is so important. This isn't just about having a bunch of random one-off chats. The idea is that by remembering your story, a tool like this can start to notice patterns over time. It can help you connect the dots in your own life and understand yourself on a much deeper level. It's not just an emergency hotline. It becomes a form of ongoing, continuous support. At the end of the day, this isn't really about the technology itself. It's about a core belief, a fundamental belief that every single person's experience is valid and deserves to be heard. It's about trying to create a world where getting that support isn't some kind of a luxury. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? The world is not short on suffering. It's short on accessible, safe human support.
I mean, that's the whole problem in a nutshell. And that's exactly the gap that innovations like Synphoria are trying to fill.
So if there's one thing to take away from all of this, it's something really simple but incredibly powerful. In a world that can feel so loud and chaotic and sometimes just indifferent, your voice matters. Your story matters. And creating more spaces where every single one of us has a real chance to be heard, well, the future of our collective well-being might just depend on it.